anybody? 2 people. Yes. 0 people. Oh, wow. Oh, awesome. Sultan of Symmetry, you're my homeboy. Boy, right? What are you guys up to? Sun is like, what up, Isis? Yes. Last I checked. Hi there, Dan. What's up? So glad you joined us. I'm so glad there's an us. If you guys have not subscribed to Isis Osset's page, please do, or channel, because she's super awesome and she makes lots of pottery, and her kiln's called Big D. It's pretty substantial. I've named other things Big D before. Let's see, I changed up the scenery here. Big D. Hopefully nobody's offended by Big D. Waiting for school to start next week. Oh, are you partying? I'm Big D. Dan. Earth equals foundation of creation. I agree. I think, like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, where they like stand and they like suck the energy from the planet and like shoot it out their hands. I think that's how we're naturally supposed to be interacting with the Earth. And I think it's like a just a 2D plane. Well, because the only way thank you. The only way to get from think math, right? The only way to get from 2D to 3D is to go straight up off of a 2D plane, right? You have a 2D plane, which is your XY axis, and the only way to get to the next dimension is to make a line and then go extend it into the Z axis, which makes your 3D. So everything has to be on a basement membrane, on a basement 2D plane. Everything has to be built off of it into the Z axis to be 3D. That's how it works. You know? You don't just like get to 3D without starting from flat surface. I don't know. What do you think? Exactly! Let me make sure to change it to the non-censored chat. So did you guys see the trolls on my last video? I mean the moon video? Every virtual world we make is built on a flat plane. Right. And I think we're in a virtual world. It's all binary code. And I know people don't agree with me, and that's okay. But we all have to be able to say what we think and not be, you know, persecuted. It appears to be flat. Yes, it does. Trolls are gross. Yeah, you guys can check, because I do not believe, you know, everybody to each their own. Look, I'll give you the double eye. Um, I found my Alien Ant Farm CD. I should start it. But then I might forget what I was going to say. I might have already forgot. Been to Flat Earth. Been in Flat Earth. Just later, early. That's 2015 is, in my view, early. I held out for Flat Earth after my awakening, you know. I like would see it on the YouTube and I would purposely not click on it. I'm like, that is the stupidest, dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, no, I'm not even going to insult my intelligence by watching it. And then somehow I end up watching one and I'm just like, crap. Yeah, I've listened to Mark Sargent somewhere along the ways. I actually just commented him on YouTube. You guys, I guess I should email him because he reads his emails on he makes videos about it. I asked him to sponsor me in an RV with Flat Earth stickers all over it. And I could drive it around for Flat Earth and spread the Flat Earth news. Anyways, Flat Earth, I'd say, end of December of 2017, maybe New Year's. It is way late. It's yeah, that was the last major wake up on my path. Yeah, me too. Only for the past. Well, I mean, and then the next one, I guess, is before I flirted with the Matrix thing. I mean, I think that's ultimately where we are. I think we're in a computer, so it like really doesn't matter so much if it's flat or not. But I think the basis is that even in a computer, it's all based on math, and I think you have to start off from a grid. You have to start off with a 2D plane before you can even build into 3D. That's how it works. So Flat Earth is like a stepping stone for me, I think, into the truth, which is that we are in a artificial digital construct. Why math? Well, everything's all like the Fibonacci sequence and let me start some music. Can you guys smell it? It's one I always burn. Can you smell it? Can anybody guess? It's one of the gifts for Jesus. I kind of like the smoke in the frame. Did you ever watch any UK Flat Earth? That was where I got well, somebody gave me the idea, but for the RV, there's a UK RV with a bunch of frankincense. Yes, you got it. There's a UK Flat Earth RV that just got all stickered up and is gonna drive around. All right. Let me start the music. It might not play. Yeah, are you a little loud? So I love Alien Ant Farm. Where did they go? Where did you go, alien ant farm? I just finished my first term of astronomy. Good job. High five. It was a complete joke. Yeah, I always wonder. I debated taking an astronomy class in college, but I never did. You know, it's kind of one of those things that, you know, they say, some things, if you, like, you're passionate about, if you study, then you, like, lose your love for it. And that was kind of with me and the stars. Like, and astronomy, like, I always loved going to, like, the planetarium and just to, like, study. Like, I've always studied it on my own, not, like, in a classroom, except in, I guess, physics, but physics sucks. Physics doesn't make sense in college, because it doesn't make sense. Yeah, in my moon video, I was already having kind of a poopy day, and, you know, everybody's, like, crapping all over my dreams, and, the moon video, like, you have, like, these trolls that seem educated, and they're like, you know, like, well, all you gotta do, you know, is put a carousel and a flashlight, and then you got a ball 5 miles away, and then, you know, the shadow distance is equal, and it's just like, no, it still doesn't make sense. And then they're like, you're a waste of breasts. Like, what? You're a waste of breasts? Okay. So you guys can check that out. So I just said, that's a disgusting thing to say. And they said, LOL. So. What do you say? I don't understand why math. What do you mean, why math? How do they explain a gas pressure system next to a vacuum? Exactly. And what I'm saying is, like, okay, if what we're seeing is the lit side of the moon, like when it's the half moon, and we see the sun, how can, during the daytime, how can we see that still that half moon in the sky during the nighttime, and now the sun's on the other side of the earth? How can that light on the moon still be from the sun when in the day it was over here, and at nighttime the sun's over here, but the moon still looks the same? That doesn't make any sense. That means that the light's not coming from the sun. Not to even mention the shadows, doesn't even make sense. I think math, so why is math an indicator of absolute truth? I think math is an indicator that we're in a computer. The binary code, the yes or no, zeros and ones, sure doesn't make any sense. Yeah, right? People are so, like, angry about it, though. I don't even know if they're real people. I want you. Don't worry about me. This was like, Alien Ant Farm was right when I graduated high school. Fibonacci sequence, is that like math? Is that like math? Fibonacci sequence is like the spiral, the golden rectangle. I don't know, the numbers is like 1, 1, 3, maybe it's 1, 1, 2, 3. Is it like the sum of the prior two? It's like 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. I think that's it. Smooth Criminal is coming up. I think it's like the 8th or 9th track. What's up, Brad? Oh wait, what did you say? You gave me the answer. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. See, I was right. I mean, I didn't say 0. 5, 8, 13. Yeah, it's the sum of the last two. And And it's the same as the golden rectangle, which is the same as the proportions of our face, you know? And the same as like a woman's body. And like columns in Rome. And you know, like the math magic in the Disney, they talk all about it. And it rolls out like a pentagram. Like this, the edges of a pentagram make it's like the golden ratio. Right? So it's all math. Beauty is math. You're perfect. Oh. Geometry? So I kind of had a topic. I draw sacred geometry. That's awesome. Like you draw it freehand, or you like have a stencil or something. So people be messing with me, yo. People be messing with me. That's awesome. Freehand. That's good. Takes a steady hand. You must just have to like commit. Commit. Same you do in surgery. You just have to like commit to it. Yeah, so like I make it a point to not use no rulers, no straight edges, and no compass. So if ever like somebody like give you compliments, like unprovoked compliments, and then you know you say thank you, and then even go even further to make that person feel good and let them know that it makes you feel good, like, oh, that makes me feel good that you complimented me, thank you. And then that other person now for some reason expects something from that compliment. And when you don't do that, when you don't do whatever they want, then they come back and say that, oh, you want so much, you want too much attention. And it's like, what do you want? You want me to apologize for you complimenting me? You know, and you know, I had this a lot more eloquently structured in my head before I'm talking about it. But you know, if you're complimenting somebody and you're expecting to get something out of it from them, like you're making this investment in them and you want interest on it. Hi, Globe Heaven No More. And that's what I was terming compliments with interest. Like, you're not saying something nice to this person because you really want to say something nice. You're saying, and you just want them to feel good, you're just saying it because you have some ulterior motive. You want something back from them, and that's the motive for you saying that nice thing. You want interest on your investment of energy. It's not a truly 100% gracious gesture. It's like, have you ever fishing for energy? Yeah. And it's like, then you can't come back at me and say I want attention when you're the one that complimented me in the first place. And I said thank you. Like, but it's what I kind of think that this is like higher dimensional kind of functioning, where you're functioning genuinely from your heart, and you're doing nice things just to know that you're doing something nice for your own enjoyment of knowing you're being nice. Not to get something out of it, not to make that other person be nice back to you. But like, have you ever been at, this is like, you go to a coffee shop, or like a smoothie hut or something, and you order, and you pay, and you're like interacting with the person, and you drop like a dollar bill into the tip jar, and right as you do that, they turn away, and you're just like, fuck, you know, like they didn't see me give them a tip. And I swear, when that happens to me all the time, and it infuriates me. Like, it's just like that little like, I just did something really nice and they didn't even see it. And I'm not going to be the a-hole that's like, hey, I just gave you a tip. You know, I guess I could be like, oh, I put a dollar in there for you, you know, but then that gesture would have been more for me knowing that they know that I gave them a tip. It was for my own, pleasure, because I wanted to feel like a good person, and I wanted to know that they know I'm a good person. It had nothing to do really with just doing a good deed. It was the recognition of doing a good deed, which is okay. It doesn't make the good deed bad, but what you have to end up doing is what I end up doing is just eating it and just knowing that barista or that, you know, person that's helping you probably thinks that you're a freaking jerk and that you didn't tip them. And you just have to eat it and just know that at the end of the day, they count their money. They probably have more money in there than they thought. And maybe they'll remember you and think, maybe that person did tip me and I didn't see it. You know? But the point is that, like, I've gotten to a point where the good deed is just the good deed in itself for me. And it doesn't matter if that person saw it or not. It was all for me in the first place. So I'm okay with that. And that goes with people complimenting you too. Like, you have to, if you compliment somebody, you have to be okay with that person not responding, with not acknowledging you. I've complimented so many people before and they don't even hear me, you know, and they probably are thinking I'm a jerk. But because of some reason, miscommunication, maybe they're deaf, maybe a noise happened, but it's okay. Like, I don't need my investment in people is because I want to do it from the bottom of my heart. It's not because I expect something back. So that's what I was just saying. If you're doing good deeds, expecting things from people, or if you're saying nice things to people, expecting them to react in a certain way, or you know, be indebted to you for being nice, then that's not actually being an authentic, gracious, good person. And, you know, there's certain kind of cultures that believe, religions that believe in interest. And I think interest, you know, loaning something to somebody and then charging them for the time, or just for the sheer fact that you gave them something, they need to charge you, you know, for your druthers. Because it's not out of the goodness of your heart that you're loaning it to this person because they need it. It's because you want to profit off of it. That's called interest. And I think interest is inherently immoral in all levels. You know, if you should be doing good things because you want to be a good person, and it's good for you. It makes you feel good. And if other people recognize it and give you props, that's awesome. That's like a double benefit. Like that's a plus as a side effect. But the ultimate goal, the ultimate reason shouldn't be just so you get so people notice you being a good person. Okay, I'm on my soapbox. Exactly. Thank you. Agree. Kind of. How most people mourn death, they feel sorrow, but not for the deceased. Instead, they are sad because they have lost something rather than feeling bad for the person. Oh, you don't even want to get me started on that. How a lot of funerals are just for the sheer fact of other people of putting on a show so you look like a good mourner, you know, so that you look like you're playing the role, you know, like, oh, she must have really cared about her husband that just died because she sure looks sad. You know, God forbid that, you know, somebody look happy at a funeral, or, you know, don't follow the cultural norms. And it's all for the people that are still alive. It's like a big, you know, show for, you know, to put on a facade that, you know, you're like the good family. Have you guys seen that after 7 years all debts are forgiven? And yeah. Oh, hi Stephen. Judaism, like, they are at the heart of like all of like, I mean, this whole matrix is built off of Hebrew sigils, like the whole Kabbalah, you know, math, and you know, Zionism, and how everything is basically down to Israel, and interest, the whole interest thing. And the whole thing is built on sacrifice and persecution, which I don't like. It's not cool. Not cool. Zoroastrianism. I think it's Zuo is nice, just bird food instead of being Jesuits. What's the difference? Isn't Jesuits are Christian though, right? I know Podesta is a Jesuit. Jesuits are a Catholic, a type of Catholic, right? It mirrors my ancestors who are all Amish. Amish are pretty cool. I think there's something to be said about anti-electricity. Make you spoon. Mirrors my ancestors who are Amish. Kosher approach to farming. I like the idea of just like going out and peeing on your crops. Females are running social events where I live to show off. I did the, you know, huge, I mean, it wasn't huge, but like wedding, like check all the boxes, like big, huge show. It was just a big show. Kabbalah is what it's all about, Jews and greedy fucks. Kabbalah, yeah. It's like a lot of shady business, a lot of deceivers. I've dated a few Jewish men, a few like Zionists. Yeah. There is one thing to be said about like close-knit religions and stuff, like in cultures that, you know, they all support each other, right? Like in school, in the workplace, different business associations, they all like promote each other and network, and And that goes with like marriages, and I guess that's a church thing. I'd say the TOA has the best. What is the TOA? I'm like seeing KOA, like campground. So I thought like I might be able to get a nicer RV, but it looks like not happening. So yeah, I'm probably still gonna get one. It just will be a little bit more toe up. And yeah, but definitely still going to Oregon to hang out with my friend Subi Bird. Love for you. What are you guys talking about? Excuse me. Sorry, you can repeat yourself because I didn't. Message retracted. Oh. Whoa. Jesuits are Catholic. Did I spell that right? I had and like, can we come, Oregon? Yeah, I mean, have you guys watched Grim Nasty's new stuff? He hadn't been putting. You're in Klamath Falls? No way. Awesome. I guess that's where the university is. I almost went to OHSU for grad school. What? Yup. Reason I wear red braces because of Kabbalah. Steven! You're a Kabbalist. Kabbalist? Kabbalah. What? Is weed legal there in California? Dan, where are you at? Dan, did you find me from Instagram? Weed is legal in California. Please. What was I talking about? I'm in the UK. Oh, you are! Righto! It is. Yeah, in Oregon it's legal. Yeah. I went to Oregon to watch the eclipse last year. It was a year ago. Righto! It was a year ago. I can be British if I like. Possibly. I quite might want spots of tea. I'll have a spot of tea now. Thank you. I have to like get my accents like on inspiration. Otherwise, like, it's hard if I force it. I'm moving back home to South Carolina. Wow. Congrats. But I picture like a caravan. Oh, so has anybody seen the Grim Nasty's new stuff? He hasn't posted, I found you from a lady in Discord. Flat Earth Discord. Really? Are they saying nice things about me? I hope so. I keep on losing my train of thought. Oh, Grim Nasty, yeah. He's talking about this, like, pretty much zombie apocalypse is what he's afraid of happening. And he thinks it's going to be on 4th of July when everybody's, like, all cracked out on hot dogs. What do you think about that? I think there's super truth to it. But I also think that you could say the same thing about Halloween. Like he said, like, scantily clad people, hoarding groups, loud bangs. That can be the same for Halloween. But what if like a bunch of us just like got like our vehicles, schoolies, campers, trucks, whatever you got, and we head out early spring, and start going north. And then we can start outfitting the rigs with like spikes and stuff like Mad Max. It goes. It goes. It's getting dark. Can you mix weed with alcohol? Have you never tried weed before, Dan? How old are you, Dan? If you mix weed with alcohol, like in the beginning, it depends on what you do first. Usually if you smoke first, you don't want to drink. But, oh, hell no, it's not try out. If he's asking about weed and alcohol, don't try absinthe. Actually, by the times I've done absinthe, I've done weed too that night. The times I've done absinthe, you're usually already wasted. 35? Wow. They're like super cracked down on weed in Britain, huh? The East India Tea Company hates the cannabis. The cannabis is for this. They are savages. Oh, I know what I'm gonna get. It didn't touch. That was a trick. It was a trick of the shadows. I'll be back. There's still 6 people. Woo! I'm a gazelle. No, it's a zebra. Shh. Ah! So what do you want to talk about? What's going on? Do you like my philosophical interest on compliments? What do you think? It's a good look. Yeah! I think this hat makes me happy. What are you guys talking about? Nothing. Savages. I've also been thinking about Miami. Welcome to Miami. And Berlin around Miami. Was that a Will Smith song? I really just think, are you a member of any Flat Earth Skype chats or Discord rooms? Well, I talk with people that are part of the Flat Earth movement, but it's not like a Flat Earth forum. I feel like a lot of the Flat Earth is like, it's good, it's a stepping stone. But you also don't want to be like stuck arguing the points with like trolls the whole time, which I feel like a lot of the flat earth is spent, the energy in the flat earth community spent is like combating these pretty much fake people. Enemy on my enemy. Well, it used to be my sorry, let's see what Steven has. Let's see what Steven has to say first. I prefer to think of zombies as clay. They wake as glass, both made of earth and fire, but glass is blown with breath of life. Pottery breaks and can't be remade. Glass can be reblown. Some clay can be re-fired, right? Well, you'd have to break it down and then add water again, wouldn't you? But that's very beautiful. Flat Earth channels, well, it's like Flat Earth is, it's like a stepping stone, right? It used to be obvious Flat Earth Paradise, but he doesn't exist anymore. Flat Earth Paradise, come back, please. Please come back. Sometimes I watch Mark Sargent stuff. What else? Sometimes I watch Bro Sanchez, but, I kind of like have commented in there and they are really mean to me, so they don't like me in there, in the comments. A lot of people don't like me in their comments, rooms or whatever, chat, because I ask questions. Hi. Don't be lonely, it's getting so dark. So dark clock. What else? What other Flat Earth? Other Flat Earth channels help me out? Well, I mean, like my buddies. So there's, oh. Well, you learn a hell of a lot through Brian Austin Lambert. And, I don't know if he still has his material up. He's threatened to take it down. I think he's going to take it all down because he's making everybody, like, pay for it. He's a real piece of work. Displays textbook narcissistic personality disorder. But we are not diagnosing anybody. But he's very intelligent. I don't think his model is 100% correct. But if his material is still up, I suggest going and looking at his stuff. He has it set up as a plasma model. And then, of course, my buddy Suvi Bird, she actually takes his model and explains it in kind of more layman's terms and doesn't, like, tell you you're a complete idiot while explaining it like he does. You know. Because everybody likes to be scolded while they're learning the nature of their reality. Because, you know, what would be the fun in just being nice about it? Who else? There's, so like Big Nick's, he does like stuff, and then like me, like I do like artistic kind of like showings of the flat earth and ironic stuff, and, like Isis Osset, she does like stuff in the skies. My Skies 5D does a lot of sky work. Svengard does like sky work. He doesn't really believe in flat earth though, I don't think. And then Gooks, I think, is a flat earther. He does some, yeah. Oh, my friend the German, it's F.E. Marcel Hess. And he's German. And I don't know, do you guys know how to translate YouTube videos into English that aren't in English? Because I know how to put the subtitles on, but the subtitles are just in German. which it does help to see like the words in German while they're talking, because then I can at least like kind of guess what they're saying, seeing the words. But it seems like other, like, I know there's an Italian guy, Santa Dog. I think he's Italian, or maybe he's Spanish. I think he's in Italy. But I think they have a way to convert our English videos into their language, but I don't, maybe it's Google Translate. But I don't know if you can do that on YouTube videos. If you can, let me know. Do I look like a zebra? Oh, yes, so F.E. Marcel, it's like Hess, Hess. So, it's actually like only like 50% of his videos are in German, and the rest are in English, and he has access to footage that I haven't seen before a lot, or he has like first, it's like he has, you know, in Germany they have a different, I don't know, database or whatever. But he posts a lot of really interesting stuff. So check that out, his channel. And cheers, my dears. Oh, and then of course I always like One-Eyed Jacks. He has all of like dissecting Kubrick movies, and how Kubrick movies is telling you about flat Earth, like the target, a bullseye, one-eyed monster, North Pole in the middle, target, map, bullseye, UN map, all that jazz, and the moon landing, how he faked them, because Kubrick is the one that helps, was forced by the CIA, I mean, whatever, to fake the moon landing after they saw Space Odyssey. And they're like, do that for us. And it was all put on by the Masons in a soundstage in Las Vegas. You're too looking cute. Thank you. I'm at 10%. Nice zebra. Thank you. Santos Bonacci did incredible presentations of Flat Earth. I don't know that guy. Different channels, probably different time zones. Do you watch Beyond the Imaginary Curve? This guy called Dell. He works out of a shed. No. So why are you going to take your channel down, Steven? Santos, yes. It's getting so dark. But, oh, big dicks, Eileen. Just pretend I'm not. Why? Your lovely presence and fantastic addition to the show. Thank you for being here. Go insane. I really liked my like little updo here. Hi. Time zones blow hard. I suck big time. Yep. But like, what about my video about shaving my head? That's like the most popular video I've ever done. It's insane. I'm kind of excited about it. And everybody was really nice to me about it in the comments. The only shame I got it was from my family. So, time, huh? I may. Oh, Samuel T is here. I know it went so dark, huh? Maybe I should move. Oh, you know why? Because it's about to die. Oh, it's so hot. Let me see. Hold on, people. If I turn it up, will it flip? Oh, no. It's still... It's so hot. I'm gonna turn on the kitchen light. Key thrown away. It's not the most flattering shadow. Samuel T! Come here. Come here, my love. Look, it's the Lion King. 야, 사냐, 나니, 사나냐, 행아해. 야, 사냐, 나리세, 행아해. Simba. Look, I'm the zebra from Lion King. I'm kind of hungry. What should I eat? Isis would be our little secret. Oh, I know about it now. You know what, Big Nicks? I've been looking at it a lot. There's like probably the best bet for RVs for me is probably Las Vegas. Pizza? I had pizza last night, leftovers the night before from Rosaritas, or Rose, it was a rose something, because, you know, everything rose is good. Let there be light. Oh. Don't watch Pete Shea. Don't watch Pete. I saw that you like posted that right when I had Sammy, so I saw like pet. So I read it and I was like, don't watch Pete Shea. Pete Shea. Can you hear it? Pete Shea is mad, crazy. Somebody I know is really into Eric Dubé. Do you guys like him? Ow! Will this get copyrighted? I hope not. Kept it in the box all damn day. Oh, did you, I think it's Enter the Stars or something, or also Jamie Deluxe was really good, but one of them did this thing about, like, Toy Story and the kids in the box, and it was like, you know how they write the name on the bottom of their foot, and like, and he tied it to the handsmaid, or maybe I tied it to the handsmaid's tale where they're beating the foot. because you can't see the scars on the bottom of their foot. Bye, Steven. Thanks for joining. Look at this ring. I really like it. Look, it like extends over. I have respect for your chickens too, and I love that you called them butt fruit, right? I like did not even get that till after I watched your video. I think I watched it a couple times, and I'm like, oh, butt fruit is eggs. That makes sense. Go harvest the butt fruit. See, like I switched it. No! 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 Always. Always in all ways. I don't know what I want to eat for dinner. Oh my god. Glorious butt fruit. I do have 2 butt fruits left. Butt fruits, and that's why they smell like farts. But butt fruit is such a misnomer, because then you think the vagina is the butt, and it's not. A lot of men think babies come out of butts, which is not the way it works. Babies, here's a public service announcement. Babies don't come from butts. The more you know. Do do do. Babies don't come from butts. The more you know. Is that where the egg comes out of, connected to the butt? It's separate, no? The chicken, well, sometimes it's like there's like a, I think it's separate. It comes from one vent. It's separate than the poop hole though, right? It's the vagina. I mean, sometimes it's all, it's all in the same location. Yeah, it's all in one. Oh. Well, yeah, it's like, a lot of times animals have like, all the holes empty into like, it's called like an introitus, which is kind of like a collecting opening. But then if you like really like dig into the opening, you'll find like a vagina orifice, the anus orifice, and then like a urethra. And then a lot of times the urethra orifice is inside the vagina. And that switches up in humans too. People's urethras are all over the place. That's why you hear a lot of times people have a hard time getting like catheterized and stuff, because sometimes you can't find the hole, especially in women. I mean, you can't find the hole if you're like, not, if you don't know what you're doing, which a lot of people don't. What else? I love this combo. You like combos about vagina holes and buttholes? Urethra holes? All kinds of orifices. Well, that's what a lot of theory is like the birth hole of the earth is at the North Pole. It's like a vagina. I don't know, you guys feel called to go north? I think it was it was Lane, Big Nick's, who had an excellent theory, that resonated with me greatly, that just like monarch butterflies, have a honing, they naturally know where to go without being taught by their parents. Like maybe people in the MK Ultra Monarch programming have the same thing, where we're programmed to go north, and that's part of like the Monarch programming. Follow the compass needle. Right? RTB is cool at first in the flat earth, but after a while you can pretty much conclude that these people are shilly. Yeah, I agree. Anybody that promotes a model is shilly, in my opinion. Yeah, I think anybody that is like, this is the way and I know it, and anybody else who says otherwise is an idiot, and obviously is either being told to say that, or most people are being told to say that, because anybody with any sense knows that you can't say anything that is certain, because an idiot says that. I mean, in surgery, my surgeon would always say, like, the smartest thing you can say is, I don't know. Like, if the patient asks you, like, oh, am I going to die on the table? Well, you're not like that. Like, you know, is this surgery going to work? I don't know, but we're going to try this, and this, and we talked about this. Like, nobody knows anything for certain. I mean, there's certain things that people know things for certain. But, like, a model, right, like, there's no, Dragon Doctor, what's up? My dragon is sick. It needs a doctor. Can you help? What should I eat? There's nothing. Nothing at all. It's obviously that there's a slave. Yeah, it's a farm. It's a farm. That's what I was telling people in my moon videos that were telling me I'm a waste of breasts. Like, who says that? Who says that to Aphrodite? Waste of breasts. I'll show you waste of breasts. Psychic heal him. Oh, Samuel. Oh, I thought you said breast. Yeah, he said, no, he didn't say I'm a waste of breath. He said I'm a waste of breasts. Yeah. When we're talking about the moon shadows, he just threw it out there. You're a waste of breasts. Because I guess you need breasts to talk educationally or, you know, intelligently about the moon shadows. Ooh. That is something, living by the ocean. I do think, whoa, I just went from 10 to 7. That cough was powerful. You know how everything rusts because of the ocean air? Well, you're breathing that too. So all of that, like, iron oxide is happening in your lungs too, which is probably pretty good. The moon disappears for like 3 days at some point in the year. No one can see it. I think they control whatever you see in the sky. They can change it. Like, boop, let's make it a purple moon today. Boop. I agree. I highly resonated with what Mag's bitter truth is that it's just a giant clock, and the sun is the minute hand, and the moon is the hour hand that changes with the season. And it makes sense because the clock is 12, and it made me think of like the Hunger Games, you know, where they're on the island and they figure out it's a clock, and they shoot the arrow right into the dome. With the arrow has like a cord, and it gets shot by lightning, right? And then it like short circuits the dome. The hologram dome. Like, that's basically where we're at. But look, it's the Samuel. It's the Lion King. Sammy, are you gonna stay high? Oh, look, look at his whiskers. Oh, look. Oh, he's saying hello. I heard a commercial today pushing iron and neutral drugs for people who can't take other types. Iron makes you extremely constipated, and a lot of physicians do not proactively treat that symptoms when they prescribe that side effect when they prescribe iron supplements. They just give it, like, it is baseline. If you prescribe an iron supplement, you should also prescribe a stool softener. That's just like standard care. But it happens all the time where people are taking iron supplements and they're just constipated as fuck, because iron is super constipating. Turns your poop into bricks. Iron logs. If anybody is constipated, a fantastic stool softener is Colace docosate sodium. It's not a stimulant, it's a softener. It just brings water into the stool and makes it softer. It does not stimulate a bowel movement, which stimulant like senna. So senna is a stimulant that makes you run to the bathroom. So a lot of doctors will prescribe senna for constipation, and then that gives people the shits. And they're like, I don't want to take that. But Colace or docosate sodium is a fantastic option for constipation because it just makes everything softer. That's my medical advice for the night. If you treat constipation, like, that solves so many medical problems. Like, really, there's so many things that are just so simple that people struggle with for years, and it ends up being like, oh, you're using the wrong soap, or you're just constipated, and that's why you had a small bowel obstruction. And, like, you know, what's weird is iron is attracted to a magnet, and blood has iron in it. But when a powerful magnet is held in the blood will repel instead of attract. It depends on the electrical charge of the blood. And plus, a lot of the iron, it's sequestered in the hemoglobin. It's not necessarily like the iron is all of the reactive protons are electrically occupied in the hemoglobin. And that's why it needs the enzymatic reaction to release like the oxygen molecules, and it's not like it's a chemically available iron necessarily. It's all math, people. It's all math. Get your calculators out. Iron Man. Your intestines are a wormhole. I went on this horrible first date once, and he told me all about this worm parasite that he got in Thailand, and he couldn't stop shitting himself. This was like on a first date. And he's like, I never was one to eat candy, but after I came back from Thailand with my ex-girlfriend, she was just like you. And she was so amazing. My ex-girlfriend, she was a nurse practitioner, and she lives right next to you, and she kind of looks like you. And I'm like, this is a first date, fool. What are you talking about? And yeah. And this was like right before I decided to stay with the guy who ended up being my husband. Like, this bad first date like pushed me into my husband's arms. My ex-husband's arms. Basically. And the thing is I actually, after I got divorced, went on dates again with this same guy, and he didn't remember me at first, and I'm like, you realize you're the worst first date I've ever had, and I tell people about you? Oh, Aphrodite tales, I have a million. But yeah, and his dad is like a psychiatrist, like, messed up. Yeah, and he's like, oh, I've never been one to eat candy, but, like, I came home from Thailand, and I would go, like, to CVS and buy a whole bag of Halloween candy and just sit and eat it all in one sitting. And you know why? It was for the worms. The worms wanted the sugar. And I'm like eating my enchilada, and I'm like, I think I actually said, I'm like, why are you telling me this? And he's like, what? And I'm like, you're not supposed to talk about shit problems on a first date. And he's like, oh, well, you're in the medical field. I thought it was okay. And I'm like, no, dude, it's not okay. I'm like, can I get this to go? Weird dude. And he was weird the second time I dated him too. It's true though, everyone has tapeworms from eating flesh. I don't know. You know, there was a time when my awakening that my digestive system did a change. I used to, like, over a year ago before my awakening, I don't know, still during it, I would crave Taco Bell and go eat Taco Bell. Oh, cheesy gordita crunch. Oh my gosh. Like, there is something about Taco Bell ground beef. It's so good. And it's mystery meat. It's like you can, like, mold it. It's like a piece of Isis's clay. You can, like, mold, like, your taco meat. Oh, and then, like, my parents were so frugal growing up that we would, do you ever, like, have leftover Taco Bell? Like, you put your, like, taco in the fridge, and then the next day, it's, like, this, like, moist, like, you can, like, it's so nasty, and, like, the lettuce is, it's just gross. Like, a day-old taco from Taco Bell is so nasty. The only time I can eat those things, I would always try to save it, too. You're like, oh, well, maybe I'll want to eat it later. And then the only time you eat it is when you came home drunk, and you're like, oh, this looks so good. Cold, leftover taco. Wait, you have to stave them out with water fasting? Yeah. Try to kill them will make them angry. You know what gurgling sound? Yeah. No, it's not. No. Do you know what that gurgling sound is called? It has a medical term. That is the most awesome medical term ever. It's called borborygmy. Yes, the sound of your stomach talking, where it goes. It's called borborygmy. That is an onomatopoeia. Do you know what an onomatopoeia is, class? Do you? No? It's a word that sounds like its meaning. I do believe. Borborygmy. 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 I drank a quart of oil once. Why did you do that? Did you have anal leakage for like a week? That's what Olestra did. Remember when Olestra was in potato chips? It was like, the new non-fat fat, Olestra. Get your ruffles with Olestra. It's 0 fat. And then people would like be at work and just have like anal leakage at their desk from all the Olestra they're eating. They're like, this is a problem. But the Depend sales have gone through the roof. I bet the people that make Depends make Olestra. Oh, it's the neighborhood kitty that wants to live with me. You want to meet him? The talker? He's like Sammy's best friend. Do you want to meet Sammy's best friend? Do you? I actually put flea medicine on him. He's like he's basically like a tomcat, but then all of a sudden one day somebody slapped a collar on him, so I guess he belongs to somebody. But they don't really feed him, and he still has his balls. He's not fixed, or he's not spayed or neutered. But he loves me, and I've fattened him up, and I put flea med. Hey, Chibo. His name is Chibo, but I like to call him Buttercup. But all right, I'll get him. Oh, Sammy wanted food. Sorry, Bubs. Chivo. Chivo. Come on. Come on, you freak. Come on. Well, Sammy's gonna get you. This is Chibo! Huh. See, he's orange and white. Huh. He used to be really skinny looking, and then I put flea medicine on him and he's got all perked up. They go hang out on the beach together all night long. I think they make out. What have you guys been talking about? Yeah. MMS. You heard of that. That's bleach, but dangerous to have in large amounts. Are you talking about eating bleach? They drain. You don't want to. Well said. I know nothing. Well said. Quite wise, Big Nix. Yes. Chivo. I can't. Ooh. Why doesn't it snow in the southern hemisphere? It does. It snows. It snows on the Andes. And there's places in Australia it snows. Why doesn't it snow? I used to eat moths and spiders. No. Did you really? Why would you eat moths and spiders? Look, it has a mohawk in the back. Oh yeah. Happy fall equinox. I was in it Yom Kippur or something. I saw that. Does anybody know what that holiday means? Yom Kippur. I learned at some point, but I forgot. Somebody educate me, please. I bet it has to do with some kind of sacrifice and giving thanks. Would you date a globe believer or only flat earth? I'm open. Because like I said, I think it's... I think we're in a construct. So, I mean, that's kind of... I still say flat earth and stuff because I think it brings awareness. And I mean, I do believe it's a flat plane. But then there is a lot of differences that I have with other people in flat earth. Yeah, it's a realm. Yeah. I think it's... Yeah, because I mean, I have a lot of experience and visions of being hovering over the back of my head, like in a video game. You know, there's like the first person player, and then there's also the view where you're staring at the player's back of their head, hovering above them. And I have that kind of imagery a lot of myself. So, and I've always had that. Even as a wee child. As was a wee little child. I did. As just a wee little child, I'd had visions. The visions are floating above my head. It was just a wee little thought. Well, yeah, only flat earth non-spinning ball people. I kind of want something good. So maybe I have to go to the grocery store. That kind of sucks. I filmed today just a video of me driving around in my bikini, not saying anything. Is that something my viewing public wants to see? I don't even know if I should upload it. Bikini. I'm pretty much in a bikini 50% of the time. 50% of the time I'm in bikini. No, I'd say 40% of the time I'm in a bikini. 50% of the time I'm naked. And 10% of the time I have clothes on. Right now, I mean, like in this point in my life, when I was obviously having a job, I was not running those kinds of ratios. But I am primarily naked most of the time. That is my natural state. I prefer to be clothesless. And when I first started my awakening process, I'm sure they still have it, but I'm sure you guys did it, but like my first stepping stone into everything was like, oh, I'm a star seed and Dolores Cannon, and they would have these checklists about star seeds, and there was stuff and I was like, yes, and it was like, you like to be naked most of the time, you like mushrooms, you like blue cheese, you like those kind of flavors, you like garlic, you like gnocchi, like you like fluffy like cloud textures in your mouth. I'm like, that's me. I think all these things are like, dating a boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't think I could date someone that was a globetrot. It would be hard to date anyone, I think, right now. Yeah, it's hard to date anybody, period. I mean, I haven't dated anybody in a long time. Yeah, I think we would like to see what percent. I think all of these things like dating and boyfriend, girlfriend, and marriage are all part of the thing. And it's just be mushrooms and blue cheese. Nice. I love my gnocchi is so yummy. Women should be pure. Yeah. I highly resonate with you know, a man and a woman and the energy circuit that's created, you know, the negative and positive, the magnetic and the electric. I mean, I think there's a lot of power there, and that is so harvested off of, and you know, like the power that's supposed to be harnessed to create a being, like a star being, is just so tainted and manipulated and raped and, you know, put bad intentions into. I mean, a lot of times people don't have sex for the right reasons, and, you know. And then you think about all the babies that were created out of like the bad sexual encounters. I mean, that puts an imprint on the child, onto that genetic code. That's why I've been so selective in not having a child yet. Because I'm a Goldilocks. I want it just right. You can date me long distance. Okay, Dan. You gonna take me to the movies, Dan? too, but like imagine being a pure woman, how much energy. What is Jamie, what is a pure woman? What does that mean to you? What does a woman being pure mean? I mean, that's such a loaded. I mean, I actually agree with you in some virgin. So what if you've already had sex? Does that mean you're a slut forever? Jamie, I'm divorced, so that means I've been married before. And Aphrodite ain't no virgin. I might be considered a virgin again, though. Whereas we're running out now. But I wish I were. Oh, no, sex is healthy. Yeah, I agree, Dan. I mean, healthy sex is healthy. But so much sex is unhealthy. Like, really unhealthy. Yeah. Just the whole gender roles, the way we're raised, it just sets everything up to be so resentful between a man and a woman, and the miscommunication is just so tangible, and like texting, and like so much is lost in translation and hurt feelings, and you know, people think they're saying one thing but they're really saying another, and yeah. But what else? Elite kids are raised without influence from the cesspool we are thrown in. It's all rigged. It's hard dating, all that jazz. Yeah. I kind of started getting into the elite dating circles when I was in San Francisco. But when you do run with like the elite type people, it does run with a whole new like set of rules, and like the higher you go up, the more shady people get. Like for reals, like you see some shady stuff, and everybody's just like, hey, we can get away with it, aren't we cool? Someone just laying next to someone is extremely powerful. You're in San Francisco. No, I'm in San Diego right now, but I'm going to be moving soon. Moving soon. I could make Alfredo, but feels like a lot of work. Oh, I can make macaroni and cheese. Oh, I think I'll do that. So, okay. Annie's has a good vegan mac and cheese. Pasta. I know, all I eat is pasta. It's pumpkin. I like saying pumpkin. Good weather. Yes, San Diego has great weather. I actually filmed, hopefully it will get posted up, but they might snag it. But me driving around in bikini, just driving around, and then I did another one of filming driving onto the Point Loma Nazarene campus, which is a pretty little jaunt of a drive. Aww. And you can see the flat earth in all its glory. Yeah, somebody said in the comments too, they're like, if it's a flat earth, how come the sun sets and planes just keep on flying off to the distance and get smaller? And I'm like, I think that's that they were defending a globe, but maybe I misinterpreted it. But no, but I'm like, well, a plane just keeps getting smaller because it's a flat plane, and we're on a plane, and the sun sets because they can do anything with holograms. Um, yeah. But, something that even, yeah, is building on the flat earth model is the plasma, like, flip over ring or the flip ring, which is the Brian Austin Lambert's model that, Subi Bird goes over very well and maps it out. But basically that the dome is in like a plasma tube. And when she's like, I was like, plasma tube, like a television set, like that, and that even kind of just brings it back to the whole thing that we're in this shadow land, this hologram land, like we're in a literal TV set. um, but when it flips over to the golden age, everything is illuminated from the ground, like this light. Right now, the light's coming from behind us. No, wait. No, right now the light is shining at us like a flashlight. Like a dark flashlight in the woods. Subi explains it better. But like you turn on a dark flashlight in the woods, somebody turns it on at you, all you can see is the light. But if somebody turns on a flashlight behind you, and then you can see everything. And that's what it will be when the switchover happens, is that right now it's like somebody shining a flashlight at us and all we can see is the light. But when the switchover happens, the light will come from the ground and illuminate everything from behind so that we can see everything. And that's what the golden age is supposed to be. But I don't know. Alright, peeps, I'm going to end it because I'm hungry. Doot, 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 doot. How they know the sun is 93 million miles away? It's a guess. Because they, like, divided the 6 and carried the 3 and added 6, and then they knew. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. I love you all. Even the trolls. I send you extra love. Alright, love chatting with you. Oh, I love chatting with you, Isis. You're the best. Say hi to Big D for me. Bye, Dan. Bye, everybody. See you later. I love you. Okay, bye.